Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. It's been a while. Thanks for being patient. Hope you're all staying healthy and safe. It's been a little bit crazy lately. So we got iron smelting set up. We now have one of the depots for iron ore. We have the first of 2 iron smelters set up and running, and we also have now the first of the depots for iron plate, which has a few trains in there with iron plate loaded, ready to go. Now that we got that, I was able to bring iron plate into our uranium processing facility, and we are now making fuel cells on demand. The enrichment and mining and processing of uranium has essentially stopped just because we're not using anything right now, and we've already made the correct ratio of uranium-235 to uranium-238, so the enrichment has stopped as well. But now we have our refueling station, which is full of nuclear fuel, and we have a chest full of nuclear fuel cells that we can start to transport to our new reactor arrays. So we're ready now to start installing some reactors, which I'd like to do. I'd like to get at least the first one put in. I've been expanding the planning a bit from where we had last time. I added depots for petroleum and oil, and I don't remember if I need a depot for lubricant, but anyway, I have a depot on each side for refinery outputs. I have plastic. I think I'm going to need 2 grid cells worth of plastic, because in our current base, this is what we've got. And as you'll recall, we need to essentially quadruple our current output. So I figure I could comfortably double this with what we've got now. Well, maybe not, because I've already got 2 full belts. Well, yeah, I think I can do it. I might have to run a set of output belts on the outside, or maybe set up 2 sets of stations, something like that. But in any case, I think I can. It might be a challenge, but I think I can double the output in 1 grid cell for plastic. But then that means I would need 2 in order to get 4 times the output. Okay, so I've got 2 for plastic. I think I can do batteries and sulfur in 1 grid cell still, even with 4 times the output, because that was a pretty small build, as you can see there. I added engines. Right, again here, I think I could probably double it with no problem, but quadrupling it might be a challenge. So I'll give myself 2 grid squares to do engines, 4 red circuits, 2 blue circuits, and that's as far as I got. And then we're going to need 12 grids with nuclear reactors. So I put 4 down here, and then 4 here and 4 here. I did them all on this side just because that's where the fuel is, so I thought it would be a good idea to keep it close to the fuel. Okay, so for the first one, I think we might as well start close. So I think we'll build the first set of reactors just to the north of where the uranium production is, which would be right here. Now, there has been a change to the user interface, and I'm not sure how to use Ore Eraser anymore, because it used to be that you would go to the blueprint menu and then you could get a new one, but I don't have it anymore since the interface changed. So, so I'm not going to be able to remove this coal patch right now, but hopefully Aura Eraser will be updated. Maybe it already is and I just don't know it yet, but I'll check on that and we'll get that done. Okay, so to go into grid cell A9, which is this one, we're going to need water where none currently exists. Okay, so for that, we are going to need our explosives, which I've got a bunch of right now. It looks like I need more coal here. So let's see, is that a coal train? Yeah, let me send a coal train. To unload in the main base. We need that so that we can make grenades, to make explosives, to make the blasting charges. In the meantime, I will take everything that we've got there. Okay, we can see the bots now going over to get the coal. All right, we're done with that, so we'll send that back to load. Okay, and that'll help make more of those. I should probably just set up an automated delivery of coal, to be honest, over here. Do I have room for another station? I think I do. Let's set that up. That way we don't have to constantly bother with it. And I'll just put it on the bot network. That's our transfer station for acid. Okay. There we go. And I will just unload it into requester chests, or passive provider chests, I should say. Let me do this manually. There. All right, and let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like we need more power here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so this is where we're going to unload. Okay, and then I'll put a decider combinator. And we will tell it that when QoL in the logistic network is equal to 0, then it'll output a signal that will bring another train. Make sure these networks are connected. Yep. Okay. Yeah, and then it's that less than P. And we assign it to the QoL 1 schema. And then we should throw in some lights. Okay, and this way we'll automatically bring more coal to the base when we run out. And we can fill up that chest with explosives. We need quite a lot of them. All right, so let's go. Let's go cut our channels. Up here. Now I might have to do it a little bit differently than how I did it here because, yeah, in fact I will. I think it's going to have to be narrower because now the pumps are different. The pumps are going to be, well, the pumps don't go on water anymore. They have to go on solid ground, and then the edge hangs in the water. Now these all look like this just because these were the old version of the pumps when I put them in. The new version of the pumps looks like this. So you see how it's completely on land. It covers 2 tiles of land, and then the edge just hangs in the water. So when you put these offshore pumps down now, that's what it's going to look like. All right, so let's get my blueprint. And let's see, where did we... Yeah, so the first one is lined up precisely with the 4th power pole, or at least the one in the center is. All right, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's where the first one would go. And I think what I'll do is I'll put this down first, and then I can see where the pump wants to be. Actually, I think I can do it now, actually. Let me just craft a few. Okay. And I'll reduce the size, so this is 2 by 2 on the explosives right now. So I think if I go over 2 tiles, yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2, and let's blast it right there. Like that. Then I should be able to put down the pump. Okay, I need another tile. I think that's only actually 1 wide. Let's make some repair packs. Okay, yeah, so it looks like it's one tile on solid ground. Okay, so it should do something like that. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, and I guess it doesn't. I guess it doesn't really have to be continuous, this channel. Right, could be like that. All right, and then, whoops, wrong one. And then on the other side, okay, yeah, so I'm actually going to have to add a little bit of landfill. So this is going to have to be one tile wide all the way up and down. Let me grab a little bit of landfill so I can fix it. Okay. Now let me zoom out. And I will copy all of that. And we put another one there. And we put another one there. Should probably stand further away so I don't hurt myself. Okay, let's make some more repair packs. I should probably just request some repair packs. Let's go. Let's go minimum of 25, maximum 50. That's also part of the new interface. You can set minimums and maximums for your logistic requests, which I think is pretty nice. Okay. And then we'll just copy this again. Okay. Looks like I need roboports too. All right. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back and get supplied. And then I think I'm going to want to change the names of those stations so they're not the same as the ones over here. Yeah, see, my train from the other side of the base is going over here. All right, so let's just call these, we'll just call it nuclear fuel unload. Okay. That way I can make sure that only the train from this grid that's loading here will be servicing those reactors. I don't want to take fuel from my original grid. Okay, so we can get rid of all that. I don't know if I have the inventory space to pick all this up. I think I'm going to have to do these one at a time. I think that's how I did it last time too. So this will take a few trips. I mean, one of these is even a train load, pretty much. So even if I was going to load it into my train, I would need 6 train cars. Maybe 5. All right, that's one. So after this, once we get some more power in place, we can add the second of the iron smelters. We'll get that done. And then, you know, I think basically we'll just start working our way from the bottom of the grid up to the top, filling everything in. Since we're already doing research at a pretty good pace, I don't think there's any point in us doing it in multiple stages like we did on the first part of the base. Well, you know what, well, see, I could grab part of another chest, but then it's going to be hard for me to remember which chests I've already pulled from. So I think I'm just gonna make 6 trips. Sorry, I know that won't be terribly exciting. But as I was saying, since we're already doing research fairly quickly with our original 2,500 per minute part of the base, I don't feel the need to build up the whole grid in stages like we did here in the original part of the base. You know, originally we built this up so that we could first get the capability to do all the science, and then we built it up again where we expanded the capacity and started putting in modules and everything, right? But I don't think there's really any need to do that this time. I think we just start, you know, with mining and smelting, and we just build up to full capacity right from the beginning, and then we'll see it start to run when it's done. And in the meantime, we'll be doing 2,500 science a minute from the original part of the base. I ordered a second monitor today. I've been holding off on doing that for a long time because I have a 27-inch monitor, and it takes up a lot of, well, it doesn't take up a lot of footprint on the desk, but it takes up a lot of space just above the desk, right? So I've been kind of worried about how I'm going to have two 27-inch monitors, because I want the monitors to be, if not exactly the same model, at least be the same size and the same resolution. So the one I have now is an Acer G-Sync monitor that I got several years ago. That was when G-Sync monitors were still pretty expensive. So I found a newer version of this one. It's probably better than the one that I have now. So I'll probably use the new one as my main monitor, and then I'll have the second one off to the side. I've been wanting to get two monitors for a long time now, just so I can have, I can have my calculator and whatever reference tools I need off to the side of the screen. My recording software, and I can see all that while I'm recording. And I also think that having a second monitor will make it more possible for me to do streaming at some point in the future, because then I'll be able to see chat as well as the game. So that's something I'd like to try to do. My personal Roboport range is ridiculous. I think it covers, let's see. Yeah, I mean, it covers practically the entire grid. It does cover the entire grid. Look at that. So if I stand right in the middle, I can build the entire grid from one space. Okay, only 3 more trips, guys. I hope the 6th one will be just as exciting as the first one. What do the red ones mean? Does that mean I'm below the minimum level? I think that must be it. And you can see the ones that you don't want just show up as 0, 0. So that's interesting. I'm not sure if I really like the new interface better than the old one yet, but I'm sure it's better. It's different, and we always resist change, but I'm sure over time it'll turn out to work better than it was before. All right, so just a couple more, and then we will set up the trains to deliver the fuel and get them all turned on. So, there's been, I haven't put out too many videos lately. I was doing them almost daily for quite a while. But the last few weeks have been, it's not that they've been really busy, but it's just my routine has just been turned completely upside down by all the changes brought about from COVID-19. I'm working from home every day now. My son is off school. Technically this is his spring break this week, but his spring break got extended by 2 more weeks. My wife has been off work for other reasons, She's supposed to go back to work, I think, next week or after next week. But yeah, the company I work for has all of us working from home, except in, business critical situations, which thankfully haven't come up. And my wife will be working from home. My son's going to be home. And so it's not that I've been super busy, but it's just that it's just been so strange, and my routine's been thrown completely off that I just haven't, it's just been hard for me to sit down and play Factorio and record. So now that I'm getting accustomed to these changes, I think I'll be able to get back into the recording routine and get videos put out more regularly. Maybe not every day, but hopefully at least every other day, I would say should be my minimum goal. So I don't want people to lose interest just because there's so much time between episodes. And unfortunately, I don't see things returning back to normal anytime soon. I need filter stack inserters. I better make all those. Let me put in a request for green circuits. I should always have some green circuits on hand. Oh, okay, let's go 200, 200. Yeah. That way I'll always have a stack. Okay. One more, right? Yeah. Only one more. Thank goodness. So I'll just add more reactors as needed. I'm not going to, well, I guess I should probably, no, I'm not going to build them up all at once. I couldn't even if I wanted to, because it takes a long time for my reactor components to get built. So whenever I see 6 green lights over here, I'll go build another one. And if we get to a point where, if I build up so much stuff that we really need the power, then I'll build more. Oh, it looks like I don't actually have any green circuits in the logistics network. So let's fix that. Provider chest. Now if I put a stack inserter, it's just going to fill up. Because I can't program the inserter from here. Let's wait till we get back. Okay, so I just need 26 blue chests. And I can't make that many. Ugh. So, one more trip. Well, with this interface, it's definitely easier. It's a lot easier to set maximums than it was before, because before you'd have to put in the request for the minimum, and then you'd have to go to your trash slot and set the maximum in the trash slot. Now you can do it both on the same one, and I think I think you have a nearly unlimited number of requests that you can put in, which is nice. I don't know if it's truly unlimited. Maybe it's until you fill the screen or something. So it's a lot better from that standpoint. And then you can request a lot more items that way as well, which is good. All right, so I'll just limit that to 1 stack. There. Okay, this should be the last trip up there. And then we'll come back and set up the trains. Now I've got room here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trains, essentially. I think I'll do, yeah, I probably should do 7. I'll do 6, because I like even numbers. Okay, and then this should complete the build. And done. Wonderful. Whoops, got a bot coming. You know what, let me, I'm going to put on my toolbar construction robots. That way I can, at a glance, I can see how many are in my inventory, so I'll know if they've all come back to me or not. If it's a number other than 500, then I know that I'm missing a bot somewhere. And I won't have to come in here and look. And for anybody who's wondering, I filtered these inventory slots for the construction bots because I want to make sure that I don't accidentally pick up a bunch of items while my bots are out working and not have enough inventory left over for the bots to come back. So that's why I did that. That way I make sure I always have room for the bots to return to me. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of the landfill. Okay, and let's set up some trains. So I'm going to want 7 locomotives and 7 cargo wagons. Okay, and then I'm going to clear those because I don't always want that. All right, so we'll put 1. I'll put 1 there. Or no, I said I was going to do 6, right? To keep it even. Yeah, let's do 7. Why not? Okay, so let me find my original trains. Where are they? Down here. Okay, so I'm going to copy that wagon and paste it. I think actually what I'll do, I'll just set it up so that half of the wagon can take spent cells and half of the wagon can take full cells. Okay, and let's check this one to see how I did the schedule. Okay, so we just have it load until 5 seconds of inactivity and then unload until 5 seconds of inactivity. Okay. This is what we called it in the new station. Right? And unload. Let me just double check. Yep, load and unload. Okay, and then copy that. All right. Let's send off the first one and make sure it works. And if I don't have to change anything, then I'll send off the other ones. All the stations are currently turned on because they need supplies. In case you didn't see me set up the previous design, I've got circuits on these stations so that once we accumulate a certain number of spent fuel cells, or when we require a certain threshold of fresh fuel cells, the station will activate and then the train will leave to go pick up and drop off as needed. All right. So in this case, each train is going to hold a lot more fuel cells than it did previously. I guess it's not really necessary to hold that many, but who cares? We can make a lot of uranium. So I think it'll be 1,000. Yep. Okay, and then 5 seconds. Off we go. And it's going around the corner. Maybe I'll change the exit so that I can exit in both directions. Ah, I need logistics bots. Okay. Well, anyway, it's working. So now all the stations on this side have shut off because those are all on the same robot network. And they're reading the same signal. So I guess the 3 stations will turn on and shut off in unison. Okay, so I think we can go ahead and send off the rest of these. Let them all start loading up. All right, let's paste down some more of my regular trains so that those are ready when I need them. And I need logistics bots. Let's see if I have any in the network. Yeah, I've got 50. I think I'm actually making them. Yeah, I'm making them right here. Okay, so this way I'll always have 50 bots available. So I'll just put 50 per side. Yeah, so I should actually get 100. All right. Well, we're going to have to wait for the next 50. Let's increase that then to 100. I'm not going to add any more to the network. I've got over 1,500. I could probably steal a few. Yeah, I'll just steal a few for now. So at least I can get this finished. And in the time we've been doing this, we almost got another level of mining productivity done. We are at plus 640% now. Okay, everything here is processing now since we're taking up a lot of fuel cells. Alright, so this next one is ready to go, but all the stations are turned off, so nothing will happen, at least not until we put bots in here, then they'll start to get consumed. Alright, there's 50 for that side, and there goes the train. And then 50 for this side. And we forgot to label the cell. So let's do that. All right, looks like the reactors all have fuel now. All right, that should be a 9. There. Okay. New power interface. Okay, this now tells me what my maximum capacity is and how much of it I'm using. And it looks like everything is running fine. Just have to wait for the temperature to come up. And we'll start to make steam. And then pretty soon, of course, we'll start to generate spent fuel cells, and the trains will start getting a little more busy than they are right now. But you can see how we've got our inline stacker here. Okay, now that one's full. I expect they'll be a lot more busy when we have 12 of those arrays set up. Okay, we're still doing just fine on uranium. Processing and mining. Looks good. I like this. I like this build a lot better than the old one. Are those my bots? Yes, they are. There we go. 500. They finally came home. Okay. So that's that. So I've at least given myself enough of a cushion that I can start to build up on this side of the base without worrying about the rest of it running out of power. In fact, at this point, I could even disconnect the power between this side and that side and keep them independent of one another. I'm just thinking if there's any drawback to doing that. I can't think of any. So let's do that. I will implement it with a power switch so that I can easily turn it on if I need to. Where is the switch? There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna disconnect, whoops, disconnect that. Can't reach, give me a break. Okay, so it's turned off. Right, so now we can see on the new side of the base, we have 8.3 gigawatts of power. On the old side of the base, we have 29.2. If I turn it on, then we can see we got 37.5 for the whole deal connected. Okay, and I'll leave it turned off for now. We can kind of see it from map view. Okay, that makes it a little more obvious. There. Okay. Well, I think that's going to do it for today, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.